What's up, folks? Um, tapping in, tapping in today. How to start your healing journey, part 8. And I just want to tap in about affirmations work. Um, this is this work in particular is something that is tied to my life's purpose. Um, I'm a singer. I've been singing my entire life. Um, and more recently, I started to do sound healing after I actually experienced the loss of my brother. I switched and kind of transitioned into more like healing and really wanted to focus on just how I could present my music in a way that can heal the community. So, as y'all get to know me and as I continue to just share and talk about what I've done, who I am, what I've been working on. I am one-fourth member of the group Soul Development. We are based out of the Bay Area currently. We moved here to help open up and develop the music program for a school called Roses and Concrete. So we came out here all together, moved out here to Oakland. I was living in DC, but I'm from California. I'm from Bakersfield, California, actually. So we moved to Oakland, and I'm like, dope. Riga actually got the call to be the dean of culture at Roses and Concrete, and he was like, I need my squad. I want my squad. So we all moved out here to help teach the babies music. So I taught music and vocals, choir to kindergartners in 2000, what, 2015. So we moved out here to do that. And, life was life in, and we, really um, established a home base here and was really accepted by the community. The children, we taught the children our music, the babies really gravitated towards the music and the words. And Roses and Concrete was a really dope school. The idea of, you know, Tupac's poem A Rose That Grew in Concrete, and really just taking marginalized folks or marginalized families and um, allowing them to thrive through music and through being themselves and affirming who they are as young Black, brown people of color. And so um, we would be doing shows out here, and like it's a big event that happens every first Friday of the month, called First Fridays out here in Oakland. And we would perform the shows, and then babies would show up and be knowing all the words to our songs. And so people were just like, who are these people? Like, who is this group? And really, like, the babies put us on. um and so, like I said, Oakland really kind of adopted Soul Development, and I really feel like family here. Um, and so we're working on our album. We actually got a residency at Zoo Labs to complete our album. We complete our album. Um, During the completion of our album, we ended up starting to work on a found out that Felicia and Kariga, the two members of our group, were actually expecting. Um, and then just a lot of grief, a lot of loss started to happen. And this is right around the time, like right before COVID. So like 2019, um, September, starting in September 2019, we started to all experience collective grief. Um, and mind you, I'm already like doing my healing work just within relationships, and just trying to improve like my thought process and things like that. But when I lost my brother, that really like it if you experience grief in that way, if you lose somebody that's close to you, it's a different type of grief. It'll consume you. It's nothing that you can do to like hide from it. Like if you go out in public, like when it's like really fresh, anything like can make you cry. Like you'll just burst into tears, any little thing. And so I really wanted to honor him. I really wanted to make sure that I was honoring him in a way that was um you know just special. And so backtracking to the documentary, we were working with an organization called Be-Imaginative. Be-Imaginative was hosting healing circles around grief. Um, so prior to me losing my brother and prior to our collective experiencing collective grief, we were facilitating healing sessions for mothers who had lost their children to gun violence. Um, so we're facilitating these healing circles. We're singing songs to help heal these mothers. We're having conversations around grief, and really holding space for these women. But what was really powerful to me was that although they had lost their children, they were just extremely powerful to be like coming in a space to talk about like the loss of a child. And I just I can't even, I have a son. I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. And the strength of these women really inspired me. And shout out to my sis Ish. She is the co-founder of Be Imaginative, and really just curated the safest space for us to all be able to lament and just say what it is that was on our hearts. And it was that space that really just taught me how to like speak about grief, speak about healing. And for the first time ever, I had told a room full of people that I had lost my uncle when I was 15 years old, and I went to school the next day. And it just lets you know how a lot of times Black folks, families, just kind of keep pushing. You just keep moving on. It's like, oh, I gotta go to work. I can't be sitting down here crying and you know being all frustrated or being all sad. But that is not okay. It's like so unhealthy to just push past grief. And so in that space, I learned how to make time and space for grief. I learned how, and I, honestly, I know a lot of people experienced grief around COVID, but COVID was actually it. It was good for me because I had the time to just hide. I had the time to just be home. I was also pregnant when COVID happened. So I found out I was pregnant January 2020, and then they announced the lockdown in March, I believe. Um, so you know, I was grateful for the slowdown. I was grateful that I got to be home, nurturing my baby, chilling, watching TV, and that's when I started my organization called the Song Remedy. So the Song Remedy was where I would, because we were on live, I had one event. I had one event in February that was in person where I had people write down their affirmations and they would pass the affirmations up and I would sing the affirmations. I had a live band with me, and that live band we just like kind of like we had some arrangements that we had worked on, and we turn people's affirmations into songs. And then at the end of the ceremony, we all wrote things that we wanted to release, and we wrote it on this piece of paper. And it's like flying paper. So you write what you're trying to release or what you want to release on this paper, and then you kind of like roll it in like a like a little roll, like almost like you rolling a joint. And you stand it up and then you light it on fire, and it like flies into the sky. It was like the coolest thing ever. And so, allowed people to let go of some things and close the ceremony out with that burning ritual, which was really dope. And so that was my first event surrounding my purpose, what I now know is my purpose, and my calling on my life. Because I've been a singer, so I've always been a singer. I always kind of was like, dang, I really don't like um, a lot of, what people have to say in like mainstream music. I feel like a lot, I always gravitated towards like indie, people that have something to say in their music. And so I uh really was just struggling with the fact of like, what, I don't want to talk about sex. I don't want to talk about drugs. I don't want to talk about, like, I don't want to talk about that. I really want to talk about healing, but I didn't necessarily want to do like gospel either. So the grief and the loss that I experienced really catapulted me into my purpose, which I feel isn't my purpose. And so anyway, we had that first event, and then COVID happened. So I started to do the Song Remedy online, and I would be on Instagram Live, and I would just have people type their comments, type their affirmations in the comments. And what was really interesting to me was that I was still grieving. I was still grieving. I was still processing emotions. I was still healing. So outside of my grief, I was also learning how to just be a healthy person and not process my emotions in a toxic way. So the um, the people's affirmations, although they were saying their affirmations for themselves, it was really, really, really healing to me. And I was like really having opportunity after opportunity to be vulnerable, to shed tears, um, to really do the work and heal. And it was hard. Sometimes it was a lot. I eventually ended up stopping, just because it was a lot. I was literally going live every day, kind of like how I am here, but it required way more because I was actually like singing. And I don't know if y'all know, but singing it can be hard work. It's hard work because you're really embodying the words. You're really trying to translate the emotion that you feel in your heart to people when you're singing. Um, and playing any instrument or performing any type of entertainment, I feel like it does take a lot of energy out of you because you're trying to you're trying to relay a message. And so when you're relaying messages, I believe that it's spiritual, and it can be very intense. So anyway, I stopped doing it after a while, but I really received so much healing from it. And I just think that the power of affirmations, not, you know, I don't necessarily think that affirmations is something that you say and you just keep saying it over and over and over, and then it's like, all right, I'm changed. It's not necessarily like that. It's more like you're teaching yourself how to have positive self-talk. So it's a practice. It's a practice of um you know especially for me, I grew up um in spaces where, a lot of times we may be limited because of our surroundings and our circumstances. I grew up, my mother was a single parent, um, and although we did have family and she did have support, we were on welfare. I remember us always being on welfare and having Section 8, and and so I believe that when you live in those type of circumstances, you can totally feel as if your life is very limited, and that there is nothing you can do beyond be on welfare, be on Section 8. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I ain't gonna lie, I would love to have some Section 8 right now. I would love to have some Section 8 right now, for real, for real. But I really wanted to have more expansive thoughts and ideas, and I've always been a really big dreamer. I've always believed that I could just do whatever I want, whatever I put my mind to, and I don't ever want to limit myself, and I really don't ever want to limit my child, my son. And I always want him to believe that he can do whatever he puts his mind to. So I had to really do some deep work around my self talk, because I really would talk to myself horribly. I'd be like, oh, you're so dumb. You're so stupid. How could you do this again? How could you be in this situation again? You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that. Instead of, just saying, I am where I need to be right now and everything is going to work out just fine. It's really difficult to change your mind, to change your perspective, and to say things like that when your circumstances are not like that. When your circumstances are where you're living in poverty and all you see is upset, frustration, violence, crime. It's really hard to train your mind to think, I don't care what I see around me. I don't care what my situation is right now. I'm about to be wherever I want to be. All I have to do is just stay focused. Um, and so I think what happens is when you repeat affirmations and you train yourself on how to reframe your thoughts, it's like when I catch myself saying something negative, I have to turn it right back around and be like, nah, you're not about to do that. You're not about to think like that. Um, and like, how dare you? How dare you sit here and say something negative about your life? Um, and really just having that posture of gratitude because I don't have to be here. Like I don't, anything could happen. Life is not promised to us. And so every moment we should be grateful. And, I listen to people. I listen to Louise Hay. I really, really liked her work. I listened to Dr. Tama, um, and just read certain things. I really resonated with the spirit of intimacy by goddamn that Sabon Fusome, um, and really just took the time to allow my mind to change. Not saying that I don't still have negative thoughts, but I really try to nip it in the bud as soon as I possibly can. And I try not to dwell. I experienced multiple seasons of depression in my young adulthood, where I would just be stuck, and could not move out of depressive states. And so I really feel like affirmations work helped me to kind of pick myself up by the bootstraps and be like, nah, you're not about to dwell here. You're not about to stay here. You can move on, and what you're going through right now is only going to make you stronger. Now I know you know we not we're in this era, we are trying to be soft. We want to be soft, we don't want to be strong, but sometimes you need strong. Sometimes you need strong to survive, and sometimes you need strong to know what it looks like to be soft. And so I just appreciate it all. I appreciate the both, and I appreciate everything that I've been through, and the things that I have been through have really helped me to appreciate the life that I have now. Yes, I'm still striving to be better. I'm still striving to have more, to be able to provide my son with more. But I as far as like where I am mentally and my stability, my mental stability and emotional intelligence, I have come so freaking far. So freaking far. I still have far to go, but I really think that affirmations did a lot for me in the ways of not allowing myself to dwell on negative thoughts. So that's what affirmations are for me. Like I said, it really is, it's tied into my life's purpose. I use affirmations. I turn affirmations into music. I really feel like it's really powerful when somebody gives me an affirmation and then, or they write that affirmation, especially when they don't know exactly what I do or how it looks like, or what I do looks like, and they'll pass me their affirmation, and then I'll sing their affirmation, and then I'll just see tears flowing, or I'll just hear it is not funny, but it's just really special to know that something that God placed in my heart is helping to heal people and helping people to just process emotions. So that's all I got to say about affirmations work. I will be sharing more. I go live every single day here on YouTube just to talk about my healing journey. Well, I'm talking about my healing journey now. I don't know if it'll change or like the topics will change, but basically I go live on YouTube every day to just have candid conversations about what it looks like to do the work, to do healing, and just my journey around music and sound healing, and just healing in general. I really believe that, some people need somebody to talk to them in a different way. There are like so many like different like life coaches, like stuff like that. And I don't consider myself anything like that, but I do consider myself a reference. And I think that somebody might be able to relate. So I feel like it's my responsibility to share what I've been through, because someone might relate and they might be like, okay, like she remind me of myself, or she, like I understand where she's coming from. So I hope that my experiences and the wisdom that I have gained on the way of me to my the wisdom that I've gained on the way to my healing journey will help someone. So, yeah, tap in, subscribe, please share my videos. If there's someone that you know that is struggling with mental health, or just need just someone to talk to. I tap in here. Sometimes people chat with me, sometimes it's just me talking, but I'm open, and I'm wanting to have community dialogue around what it looks like to heal, especially for Black people, especially for Indigenous people who don't have resources, who can't afford to go to therapy. Um, I just want to be a thought partner in how to overcome some of the things that we go through, and how to overcome in a creative way, because you may not, like I said, have the resources to go to a therapist, but you got outside. You can go outside, you can go ground yourself, you can eat healthy, you can work out. There are things that we have access to that don't cost anything, that will help with our mental health, that have been proven, scientifically proven, to help with our mental health. So I feel like over the years I have a little tool bag. I got a tool bag of all the different things that have helped me to feel better about myself, to feel better and feel more grounded and solid. And so I just want to continue to share that, and continue to have conversation around what it looks like to heal, or to just start your healing journey. Um, and so, yeah, thanks for tapping in. I hope to continue to tap in with folks, and yeah, please share. Check out all the other videos. There is some music affirmations on here. I'll be doing more of that. I'm hoping that when I have capacity, I'll be able to start actually doing lives where people can come in and comment their affirmations, and I'll sing them, and I'll have music. I'll set up my microphone and my camera and all of that. But I don't want to burn myself out. And so I really want to just build up this platform and get some people in here before I start to do that. But I really would love to tap in with folks and just share the medicine. Just share the medicine. So, all right, y'all have a beautiful night. Um, yep, and continue to affirm yourself. All right, peace and blessings.